Garden Garage here in beautiful Alabama. All right, this is my first live stream on YouTube. Normally I do them on Facebook. Facebook streaming got screwed up, so I was just like, okay, I got to get these consoles out. So I'm going ahead, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it on YouTube. So here I am on YouTube. So anyway, all right, we're going to start this. We'll start this little bash off here with Mr. Tyler Smith. All right, Tyler went ahead. He purchased a console off the website from us. And, well, it's 320 gig drive, okay, slim, RGH3, chipless installation, of course, all right. And, as you can see, here it is, Tyler, it's all done, all right. So, I'm going to fire this thing up, make sure everything works, all right. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to have your attention paid to the screen there, and as you can see, instant boot, of course. You better, otherwise, so help me God, I'll kill it. Hey, Hype, how you doing, man? Good to see you. It's my first time streaming on YouTube, actually, so it's all good. It's good to see you. All right, now we're booting up. Okay, I'm going to get into the into Aurora here. All right, and once we get into Aurora, all right, we're going to go through this thing. All right, just to show you what's on here and everything else. Okay, so anyway, Tyler, all right, you got a 320. Now this is our CFBR one button updater. Okay, and it says that there's an update available. There's not. It's just that, well, what happens is it's going off of a timestamp, okay? So right now we did the update to the CFBR, and that's why you'll see a third option here. I'm already up to date. Now, when CFBR comes out with a new update, okay, on the server, what will happen is it will automatically go ahead and upload to where I'm, being able to send it to. And then what's going to happen is it's going to say, after you hit the I'm already up to date and everything, if there's a new update, it will pop up again. That's when you got to go ahead and hit it and download for the new update, okay? So I made that plugin was made by my developer to make it simple for you guys, so that way then for people who are not computer literate or whatever, well, hey, they can hit the button and it'll download it. Now mind you, we've got it right now. This download is kind of slow. It's 5.3 gig, all right, but we're setting it up for multi-thread, so it's going to be a lot faster than what it was before. So, we're going to be doing an update to the CFBR updater shortly, so then that way then it'll be multi-threaded, so it's going to go a lot quicker, all right? So, anyway, all right, so we started off here. All right, let's go over here. We'll go to Xbox 360, okay? Now, here we go. Start off with the dashboard. As you can see, lots of titles on here. All kinds of good stuff, all right? Gears of War, all that, Mass Effect Trilogy, and then, of course, you got NCAA Football 14, College Football Revamped, so on and so forth. And now what we'll do is we'll go ahead, Xbox Live Arcade, all right, we've got a ton of Live Arcade on there. And then, of course, we have our homebrew section where our tools reside. And we have some classic games on this one, okay? You got 3 of them, okay, as much as you could fit, actually. All right, and yes, it does play classic games, of course. And you have your indie games, all right, all good. And let's see here, your emulators, okay? Now, you got NES Emulator, Game Boy Advance, Sega, MAME, Super Nintendo, and back to NES Emulator, okay? 8,000 ROMs on there, have a blast. All right, now, we'll bring this up to Xbox 360. We'll hit the dashboard, make sure that she's good to go. All right, which it better be. All right, good. And now, as you can see, okay, it's up, it's online, it's live with a good TV. If you hit our guide button, all right, what you're going to see is over in our 5th tab, there are our cheats, our Advanced Warfare cheats, BO2 cheats, Ghost cheats, Modern Warfare 3 cheats. To disable it, hit A. To enable it, hit A. You can hover over the highlighted ones. Those are the ones that work, okay? Just to let you know. So, there, if you want to give someone a bad day in a lobby, you can. All right, don't really recommend it, but if you want to have some fun with somebody or somebody who has a loud mouth, well, there you go. All right, so we're going to bring this back to Xbox Home. All right, and pretty much it's going to go back to Aurora, and there you have it. All right, so listen, I want to thank you, Tyler, for your business. I really do appreciate it. It's shipping off today. Tracking numbers are being made, and you'll have it in 2 to 3 days, okay? So thank you so much for your business, man. I really do appreciate it, okay? Also, there's going to be a link in the email with the startup setup video, okay? You got to do that one time, all right? Or when you go to a different house and you want to get it up on a different network, you have to do it again, all right? In plain English, what it does is you have to set it up on your network first before you go ahead and try to fire it up. Because if you try to fire it up, you're going to sit at the Xbox 360 logo for a very long time because it's looking for the server and the network is not connected, so it's just going to sit there. Okay, and then finally, after about 15 minutes, it'll go in and you'll be like, oh, cool. And then you're going to be like, wait a minute, I'm not connected. No, because you got to set it up on your network first. Once you set it up on your network first, it's a one-shot deal, you're good to go. All right? So anyway, Tyler, thanks again for your business, mate. Greatly do appreciate it. All right, now we're going to shut Tyler down. Okay, and we're going to go ahead. And what we're going to do is we're going to do Chrissy McGon. Okay? Chrissy went ahead. She purchased the console off the website from us. That was 320 gig. All right? Chrissy, this one is yours, okay? So we're going to fire it up. You better not give me any problems, so help me God, I'll kill it. I'll kill it myself. You know how these things are. All right, good. And, of course, instant boot. You know, like I said, triple installation, thanks to the Mad Russian, okay, Alexei 15432, and his donation to the community with the RGH3. Okay, I've known Alexei for a long time. He's a really good dude. Also, Josh Davidson, finding the PLL on this thing. That was amazing in itself, you know, and I know Josh. Josh is really cool guy, so shout out to Josh for all he's doing, and also for his continued efforts on modding J-Runner. You know, I mean, because, you know, I mean, he's done a lot of updates to J-Runner. The guy is really cool, and like I said, also shout out to Element. He sent me a prototype triple NAND, which is going into production. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but that's it right there. And this is one that he hand built and sent me. You know, I mean, so here it is, you know, and I mean, I love that thing. That's going to be awesome. Viper triple NAND. The dual NAND was really cool. That is freaking awesome, okay? So anyway, all right, just to share some information with you and all that. All right, so anyway, we're going to hit, I'm already up to date. Like I said, I did these updates to these consoles. That's why it's saying that. Now you won't get that no more, okay? Until an update does come out. All right, so anyway, 320 gig, all right? We'll bring it on over, as you can see, okay? We're all good to go here, including with college football revamped, yes, and all that kind of good stuff. And we'll get the Xbox Live Arcade, of course. Everything's working. You know, like I said, I like showing that everything's working on these things, so then that way then you know what you're getting when you get it. All right? And, of course, sometimes, you know, I mean, sometimes in shipping, though, the post office likes to bounce things around, if you know what I'm saying. Not really cool. I've had to fix a few consoles because of their antics, you know. I mean, but it is what it is, and I stand behind what I do. So, you know, I mean, if ever there's a problem, you got a 1-year part and labor warranty on these things too. All right. So anyway, we're gonna bring this back here, Xbox 360. We'll see if we get to the network here. Yes, we did. Okay. Make sure she's up and online. Yep. Very good. Hit the guide button. Flying over, and of course our 5th tab with our cheats, so on and so forth. Bring this back. All right, and Chrissy, there you go. All right, so thank you for your business. Greatly do appreciate it. We're shipping it off in a batch today. Okay, so you'll have a tracking number and all the information and everything else. All right, so now I'm going to shut this down here. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye to Chrissy. And let's say hello to Jackson Warnick. Okay, Jackson purchased the console off the website from us. This one is a 250 gig drive, okay? Jackson, this one is yours. Fire it up. Okay, make sure everything works. Let me go ahead here. All right, now, wait a minute. I am no camera operator, okay? I will never be a camera operator. All right, so you know how that goes. All right, so now we'll boot into a room. Now, this one's a 250 gig drive. It's got a little less of a compliment on it because, like I said, you can only shove so much on a drive, okay, you know? So, anyway, the Alliance, yeah, I'm already up to date. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot to sync the controller. Hang on here. When you're doing multiple stuff, it kind of gets crazy. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Yes, I'm already up to date. All right, now. You twisted little pieces of wreckage. It's so good to see you guys. All right, now. Okay, so anyway, Xbox 360, start off with the dashboard, work our way through. And as you can see, all the titles, compliments, and all that kind of good stuff. And then, of course, you got the NCAA Football 14, College Football Revamped, so on and so forth. All right. Now, Xbox Live Arcade. Okay, ton of Live Arcade on there. You get in the homebrew section where your tools reside. Got a couple of classic games on there. Okay, you can only fit, like I said, so much. All right. You got your indie games. And of course, you got your emulators. You got a full complement of emulators. You got an S emulator, Game Boy Advance, Sega, MAME, Super Nintendo, back to an S emulator. All right. And then, of course, we'll hit the dashboard, make sure everything's good. And thank you, Nash. I really do appreciate it. I really do. Thank you so much. Ah, okay, hype. I see. There you are. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm just looking at the at the pop-ups here, and I'm just trying to keep up with everything. And YouTube, it's a little different for me. Like I said, first time streaming on YouTube, so I'm like looking at this thing, going like, okay, so what's going on and all that kind of good stuff. Okay, so anyway, all right, got it. Good. Okay, we got it. All right, now we'll go ahead and make sure that she's up and online, in which she is. We'll hit the guide button. Now, we'll fly on over, and our fifth tab, of course, with our Advanced Warfare cheats. We have 2 cheats, Ghost cheats, and Modern Warfare 3 cheats. Okay, and then we'll bring this back home. And to enable them, just hit A. To disable them, hit A. Pretty simple stuff. All right, and there you have it. And you're all good to go. So, Jackson, thank you for your business, man. I really do appreciate it. Shipping it off this morning. All right, let's say goodbye to Jackson here. And we got 3 more to go here. Okay, Brandon Patterson. Okay, Brandon, here you go, brother. This one is yours. Now, this one here is Slim Shady, or should I say Slim Shiny, whatever the heck. Okay, all right. And we'll fire that up. Everything's good. It's your Trinity model. This one's a 120 gig. This one's got a real small complement on it. Okay, so you can only fit so much. And like I said, 120 is that's when you're starting to push it. All right, now we'll sync the controller up, make sure everything's good. Make sure she gets up and online and live and all that other happy nonsense, all right? And we're going to boot up into Aurora here. And, of course, we're going to get our notifications. And like I said, I like showing this stuff because, I want you to know what you're getting, okay? So, because anybody that does this, anybody can build one of these things. It's not that hard to do, all right? But, stand behind it, okay? And God forbid if something should happen, warranty it. Do the right thing, that's all I can say. All right, so anyway, we're at show all. All right, now we'll go ahead. Xbox 360, as you can see, we got some, there's some titles on there, and of course, NCAA football, college football revamped, all that kind of good stuff, all right? But however, though, like I said, small compliment. We got a couple of live arcade games on here. You got your homebrew section where your tools reside. Most people buy these for the college football revamp, which is understandable. Okay, because it's a very, very big thing and everybody is into it. So, but, you don't have a full complement of emulators, but you do have some emulators on there, as you can see. All right. And, of course, we'll bring this back to Xbox 360. We'll hit the dashboard, make sure she's up and online and live, and make sure that she's rolling. All right, and which it is. Got it good. Okay, bypass the sign-in. All right, as you can see, there you are. Okay, we'll hit the guide button. Flying over to Alliance. All right, there we are. And of course, you have your cheats for all, for your MW3 and Advanced Warfare and all that. Disable A, enable A. Very, very easy. Bring this back home. There you have it. All right, and we're going back to Aurora. All right, so there you have it. Okay, and remember, guys, when you're using these things, okay, especially like with the Live Arcade and with the original Xbox games, okay, you got to put the system in bypass mode. Okay, bypass mode is simply power it on, and then hit the eject button, leave the tray hanging out, and once Aurora starts up, it's going to suck the tray back in, and then you could play, your original games and your XBLA full versions. However, though, okay, remember this, you are not on the internet anymore, okay? You're on your local area network, which is cool, which means you can transfer files and folders over to it and all that kind of good stuff and get to it remotely using Xbox 360 Neighborhood or FTP or whichever, platform you want to use. All right. However, though, I'm going to tell you right now, you can't just go on to live and play when you have it in bypass mode because the plugins are not enabled, which the server is on plug-in to. So of course it's going to be disabled. Okay, but that's the only way that you can play original games on these things because most of the time what happens is server plugins or whatever, they interfere with the compatibility files, okay? If it's poking the same place in memory or whatever, you're going to wind up with a collision, and that's just the way that it is, okay? So you got to put it in bypass mode in order to play those games, all right? Well, Brandon, thank you so much for your business, man. I greatly do appreciate it. All right, now, think about it, Brandon here. All right, let's say hello to Brian Bracey. Brian, my dude. All right, Brian went ahead. He purchased the console off the website. And here we are. All right, now we'll fire the thing up. Make sure everything's good. Oh, and by the way, guys, I'm gonna be redoing the website a little bit. We're going to have a chat plugin. We're going to so that way then you can get in contact with us directly instead of using email. Okay, and also we're going to be doing some different things on the website itself to make it more friendly for you guys. Okay, and also to keep up with your orders and all that kind of good stuff instead of using Facebook. So then that way then it's not like this multi crazy stuff that you have to go here, go there, go here, go there. I hate that. I'm sorry that I've done it that way, but I'm trying to make it easier for you guys, okay, and also easier on myself and easier on Lorraine, because she's like, I'm like, there's so many messages coming in from so many different places. I'm just like, I know, sorry, okay, so we're gonna see if we can fix that up for you guys, all right. So anyway, all right, here we are. We're up here, 250 gig drive. All right, this is Mr. Brian Bracey's. Okay, Xbox 360. Start off with the dashboard, work our way through, as you can see. Complement of games on here, all that kind of good stuff, and of course college football revamped. Now, Xbox Live Arcade, you got a ton of Live Arcade on there as well. Then of course you got your homebrew section where your tools reside. And of course you got classic games. You have your indie games on there. And you have your emulators on there, Game Boy Advance, Sega, MAME, Super Nintendo, FC 360, so on and so forth, back to Game Boy Advance. Alright, now, make sure she hits the dashboard, make sure everything's good. You know how this goes, guys. Sometimes it can go crazy, because I've had it happen. But there's no better way to do a live stream, so that way then you could actually see the reality of it all. Alright, so to say, I love guys that do, like, videos, recordings, and they sit there and they're like, oh yeah, and then if it screws up, then they just re-record and everything. I'd rather do this live so that way then you can see if there's anything goes on with it or whatever. Hey, you can't be more straight up than that, all right? So anyway, hit the guide button. And there's sometimes when I wanted to smash an Xbox, I promise you, and smash my router and destroy everything. It's just the way it is. All right. So, disable, okay, so we got our Advanced Warfare cheats, BO2 cheats, Ghost cheats, Modern Warfare 3 cheats, okay, disable, enable, easy, bring it back, here you are, bring it back to Xbox Home, and Brian, listen, brother, thank you for your business, man, and also thank you for all the compliments, and guys, I really want to thank you all, okay, for also staying with me all of these years. I've had a lot of people on Facebook, I've got over 5,000 reviews from you guys have really done a lot for me. And I really do appreciate it, and I just want to say that, because without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. And, I have a lot of fun with this stuff, and I enjoy it. I'm retired, so, it's a blast for me to do. And, I've been doing it since 2014, actually publicly, on Facebook and all that, but I've been doing it for longer than that. But I'm going to tell you, though, like I said, I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for your support over the years and everything. I really do appreciate it, okay? And, of course, I do a lot of giveaways and stuff, so don't be surprised if you see giveaways come up on here and everything else, Like I said, I try to give back to the community a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, listen, Brian, thank you for your business, man. I greatly do appreciate it, okay? We're going to be shipping it off today, and you'll have a tracking number in your email and all that. Also, a link to this live stream, and also a link to the startup setup video, so on and so forth, okay? And we got one more. Now, that was Brandon Patterson, and that one was Brian Bracey. We have one more, Mr. Chris Gilbert. Okay. And yes, I'm going to be building a hell of a lot more today. Okay, so bear with me, guys. Just bear with me, all right? I'm one guy, okay? I've got one soldering iron. This is all I got right here, okay? Just one, okay? I can only do them one at a time, all right? So I'm going as fast as I can, all right? I'm doing the best I can. Anyway, all right. Chris Gilbert. Okay, Chris. This one's yours, okay? Slim, shiny. Go ahead, bring this over here. And here we go. All right, and of course, she boots up, no problems. Life is good. Is that RGH3, boy, really changed the game on this. Now, mind you, when I was doing chips and everything, okay, which, I've done a lot with chips and all that kind of good stuff, and getting the timing files right, especially on these little boogers right here, can be a pain in the butt, but as long as I was getting 1 to 3 cycles, it's fine. But with RGH3, it's like, I know what it's going to do. It's so awesome that it's done within the SMC. It's amazing, Alexi really outdid himself on that. That's for sure. All right, so now, okay, and I mean, it is beta still, and I'm going to tell you guys, if you guys attempt to do the RGH3, okay, on some consoles, sometimes this doesn't work. I've noticed on a couple Trinities with a certain type of memory, EDR or whatever it is. I don't know. They weren't using Samsung or Hynix. They were using a different version of memory, and I noticed that it causes problems with this. And all of a sudden, I get lazy boot times and everything else. Then I put a chip in it, and boom, I mean, right away, because I can tune the file. So, I mean, I think that Alexi's going to wind up coming up with a second timing file for Trinity. I'm not sure. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I don't know. Okay, but I mean, it's going to need adjustment for certain console types because I mean, apparently, I mean, he did this off of his own. So, I mean, when you're doing that, I mean, it's great and wonderful, and you send it out to your friends and let them try, like Josh and myself and everything, and they're like, how does it work? How's it working and everything else? Does it work with the Corona? Does it work with this? I mean, I had no problems with Coronas whatsoever, okay, including WinBond memory, which is amazing, I mean, that's really cool, but everything's done within the SMC, so, it helps. But there's certain ones that just don't want to do it, and you need a chip for it. Okay, now of course I'm sure it's going to get better. So I mean, it is what it is. But most of the time, I mean, this always works. So I mean, I've got no problems with it. All right, so Mr. Gilbert. Okay, here we are. You got a 320 gig drive on here. All right, we'll go ahead. Xbox 360. Bring it on over. Okay, and as you can see, of course, you got all your titles on there, all the crazy stuff and everything else. Your Mass Effect series, NCAA Football 14, College Football Revamped, of course, so on and so forth. Now. Xbox Live Arcade, you got a ton of Live Arcade on there. And then, of course, you have your homebrew section where your tools reside as well. Okay, classic games, so on and so forth. And your indie games. And emulators, okay, of course, Game Boy Advance, Sega, Main, Super Nintendo, NES emulator, back to Game Boy Advance. Okay, and we'll go ahead, we'll hit the Xbox 360, we'll go over to Xbox 360 and we'll check out and make sure that everything comes up and live and all that, and which it does. All right, and there you have it. Okay, now hit the guide button, your fifth tab where your cheats are to disable A, enable A, easy, and bring this back. All right, now also another thing too, guys. All right, just to let you know. All right, with this type of setup, okay. If God forbid you can't download your profile for some reason, okay, or you can't connect to the server or anything like that, all right, what you need to do is you need to go in here, okay. You need to go into the homebrew section, all right? Go into Dash Launch, all right? Now, when you go into Dash Launch, this is what you're going to get, all right? However, though, I want you to scroll down to Network, open it up by hitting A, okay? All of these. You see these three right here? These three always need to be red. Actually, everything needs to be red on here, okay? I mean, make sure everything is red. Because you see, if not, if you got Live Block, well, of course, it's going to block Xbox Live. If that's green, you're not gonna connect to the network. Okay, this is for guys who are new to this, and I want them to know what, where, how, and who. Okay, this one here, Live Strong. Okay, that's another one. Okay, these cannot be enabled, meaning that they can't be green. Okay, if they're green, hover over it, hit A. Okay, right? XHTTP. Now, if these two are disabled and this one is enabled, oh, it'll let you connect to Live, sure. But when you go to download your profile, you're going to wind up with a mess. It's going to sit there going like, oh, can't connect, oh, DNS error on the profile, whatever. That's why I always make sure all three of these are red, okay? Make sure of that. And, as I said, for doing this here, okay, like I said, it's red. So, it's easy to change. Just hit A, and that'll change it, okay, right? And then what you do is hit the right button, and then bring it down to HDD, hit X to save it. Okay, and then of course B to back out, and that'll back you out of Dash Launch. And then sometimes, okay, what'll happen is either you'll get the placard where it says "Welcome to Alliance" or whatever. If not, shut the system down. Okay, unplug the system from the back. Okay, because what happens is sometimes you have to reset the SMC in this thing. Okay, the South Bridge holds the information and everything, and the DNS has to be reset. So unplug the console from the back. All right, let it sit for about 5 minutes. Plug it back in, and you'll connect with no problems, all right? So, listen, Chris, thank you for your business, man. I really, really do appreciate it. You're awesome, and I'm going to be shipping this off this morning with the other ones. And I've got about, on schedule for today, I've got about 10 I've got to do, in which that's exactly what I'm going to do. So anyway, guys, listen, thanks for hanging with me. I really do appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And like I said, I enjoy doing this. It's a blast. If you need anything, holler at me on Facebook or through the email on the website or whatever, or right through here. Whichever way is going to be easier for you, and I will get to you. Okay, I will message you back. I don't hide or anything like that. I tell it like it is, and that's about it. You all know me. All right. So anyway, thank you so much. And yeah, of course I will, man. Yeah, of course yeah, I've tried demon chips. Oh yeah, in fact, how many demons you want, man? Okay, yeah, I've done demons. I've never had the pleasure of doing a trident though, unfortunately, which is a triple NAND. Okay, I've never had the pleasure of doing a trident. Because they were out of production so quick, and it was just like, where did they go? What happened? Why did they go? It was like it was a good chip. It was a good chip, and it's just so sad. See, Maniac GTA 5 is gone, man. Okay, that server is gone. They took it down. Okay, you can still play it offline, and you can still play with menus offline, but it's offline. Period. As far as Halo, you can go ahead and if you want to, you can use Link Network on Aurora, and you can play with system link patched enabled games. Because Aurora itself has Link Network, which lets you Xbox 360 Unity.net, and you can play with your friends on there if you want or whatever. It doesn't really matter. A lot of people buy these things more for offline than they do for online. It was big for GTA 5 for many years. But, like I said, when GTA 5, when Rockstar decided to take down the server, well, that was, the end of that, unfortunately. Like I said, though, you can play it offline or whatever, and it still works. Most of the time, people get this thing for a universal application, which means playing with emulators, playing with games, playing with live XBLA, so on and so forth. And most of them are buying it for college football revamped because they want to play with college football revamped, okay? Which plays, guess what? Online or offline doesn't make a bit of difference. So, there's your answer right there, my friend, okay? I don't know what else to say except, that's just the way it is. And, hype, I'm going to let you know, man, okay? Normally it's 16 business days, okay, from the date of the order, okay? Now, remember, I'm one guy, okay? Now, I try to stay within that, it could be plus or minus 2 days, all right? It depends, but that's just because I'm one guy, okay? And all these have got to be done, set up, and out the door, and correct, okay? So I try not to go fast like a maniac because that's when problems happen, all right? And I don't want to see anyone wind up, open up the box, plugging the damn thing in, and it gives them a giant fart, all right? It would not be cool, okay? It's not good for business when you do that, all right? Now, mind you, like I said, nothing is perfect. This is electronics. It is a game, and it is a system. And, of course, excuse me, of course, it's traveling across the United States. All right, now, okay, with the interim of when it leaves my hands and goes to the post office, oh, God, who knows what they put the... I'm telling you right now, sometimes they wind up playing golf with them, football, baseball, and wrestling, okay? Yeah, how'd you like that body slam, okay? And then sometimes people are like going, oh, man, it boots, but it won't do this, it won't do that. And here the hard drive is either corrupt because it got slammed. And I'm like, what's the condition of the box? And they're like, kind of looks like it went through a war, Tony. Yeah, that'll do it, but we try to package them as much as we can. We try to armor plate them, but every once in a while, I've even had one that didn't show up at all. And I'm like going like, you got to be, and all of a sudden we're tracking it and it disappears. I'm like, what the hell happened? So there I am eating a console, and of course I'm going to send the guy one on me because that's just the way. I won't let anyone go. If somebody pays me for something, they're going to get it. Regardless, I don't give a damn about what the post office does, what UPS does, what FedEx does, because they're all a bunch of screw-ups anyway, okay? As you do remember, the guy that dumped all the packages off into the ravine, okay, over here in Alabama because he was flipping out, all right? Like, really? Okay, people's stuff wound up in a ravine. In fact, my console supplier sent me like 20, and guess where they wound up? In the ravine, okay? Pissed. You want to talk about pissed? Oh, my God. Yeah, I know yours is send-in, man. Like I said, and I got it a couple days ago, bro. So, you want to talk about pissed? Yeah, I was beyond pissed. I was livid. Okay, he was livid. I mean, thousands of dollars in the ravine. Okay, you tell me. But I mean, like I said, it is what it is. But we try to do the best that we can for everybody. All right, and I mean, and like I said, I won't let it. If someone pays me, they're going to get the console. That's the end of it. Period. Okay, I don't care if it costs me out of pocket, because that's just the way it is. If you're going to do business, do it right, or don't do it at all. But anyway, listen. Thanks so much for your business, guys. I really do appreciate it. I got to get going. I got a bunch of consoles I got to do. I know a couple of you guys would like me to live stream doing this stuff, in which I've done before, in which I probably will. So, I mean, anyway, just, I'm going to be building consoles. So if you need anything, just give me a holler. All right. I hope that you all have a good one and be safe. And I'll talk to you all later. Take care, guys. Have a good one.